Hey again. There were just some points that just kind of stood out to me. Some things that I've been thinking about in regards to this harassment that's been occurring and how it's developed and the end goal of, or end game rather, of what's occurring in the world through this organized network of gang stalking, monitoring, privacy invasion, and human rights violation. How it began, at least for me, and I'm sure it's typical of everybody, is it began very sparse, very intermittent. The type of harassment that was occurring, it was just here and there, designed just to make me kind of go like, well, what the fuck was that? And just designed to make you feel crazy and off the wall mentally. But anyway, all of that developed. It took on more of a theatrical type feel. There were almost storylines. Like you can tell that these people that are neurally monitoring, um, you can tell what they're doing. They're just basically watching your activity through your eyeballs, commenting on it, narrating, never letting the stream of voice to skull stop. They're just keeping it at a constant loop all the time to distract you, to have your mind wandering, to never be able to focus on one particular thing, or to have a cohesive thought that translates. Um, but anyway, you can kind of sense that that's what they're doing. It took on a theatrical feel, and it was just more bothersome than anything. Just kind of interrupting everything, and designed to kind of weird you out and make you think like, why is this happening? But after some time went on, you could tell it took on more of a sinister, more conspiracy oriented feel to it. Like you could tell that there were some subconscious evil motives with the people that made this. They may have just had their one intention of just bothering people, interrupting their lives, and violating their bodies, and that sort of thing. But then it spread into a way more nefarious sort of thing where it's more sinister. They're using body manipulation. So, of course, to me, that screams mark of the beast is what they're ultimately doing. And they're trying to elicit this simulative feel, so we feel like it's a false reality, while also employing the use of gang stalkers, which I'm assuming were all networked due to coercion. The institution that's in which is facilitating this harassment. My guess is that they were keeping tabs on them and their gang stalking activity and thought, this would be a good way to keep everybody in a state of unease through the synthetic telepathy and gang stalking. So I'm pretty sure that's how that came about. That's what I figured, at any rate. But yeah, it took on the simulative feel, and you can tell that this is a wide-reaching thing. This is not just a localized event. This is everywhere. We're all connected through this neural network, which is designed to keep us all occupied and all weirded out by each other, just for a variety of reasons. You're not really supposed to know my subconscious thoughts. I'm not supposed to know yours either. That's not something that we should worry about when we're at the grocery store, wondering if the slander that we're hearing is valid, or if it's a fabrication told by a domestic terrorist who's committing a human rights violation and gang stalking and interfering with lives. These are all things that we shouldn't have to worry about at all. Like, the world's not hard enough. But brings me to the point. It is almost as if I look back and I see the symbolism of what's occurring. It is quite Luciferian. There's no doubt about that. The devil is pleased by this type of behavior and this type of work that they're doing. It's meant to just slowly ruin our lives. They can even orchestrate situations through this neural monitoring that they're doing and gang stalking. They can slander you. They can have you out your job. They can have you homeless. They're ultimately trying to drive a wedge between you and everything, and trying to run your ass into the ground is their ultimate goal. So just all those things, they can orchestrate timing. Like, they can cause you to be in just an unlucky situation because they might put a thought into your subconscious through the remote neural monitoring, which throws you off, or just mind control you. I mean, it's literally a cult-like thing that's happening here with the institution and the people that are committing this quite felonious, egregious offense. But in many ways, if you think about it, it's indicative of the same institution in which this type of harassment began. I won't name that institution, but what they're doing by putting our thoughts on display to each other through the synthetic telepathy, They're creating that unease. They're wearing us down emotionally, and that's how the devil gets into people. When they're worn down and they just have no fight left in them, and they're jaded because they know too much about other people, it has them just makes them soulless, makes them sociopathic, makes them, well, they're probably already narcissistic, but it makes them even more narcissistic and care less about other people, meaning that they can play God and interfere with people's lives and be able to sleep at night somehow.